Oh, you think you're gonna get away? You're gonna get away? You're gonna get... not today, buddy. Oh, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Oh, why are you running so fast? Why are you running so fast? Oh, buddy, not today. Hi, this is Dan Dinh, and I'm here to show you how to pwn with Lulu. For summoner spells, I like to run Ghost and Ignite. I don't really run Flash because I like to be far enough back to not need Flash. But I also like the ability to chase people down. And really, when there's a long distance chase, Ghost would generally help you travel more distance over its duration. For runes, I generally run two different books. The first book, which I use most frequently, focuses on lots of AP scaling and early mana regen for harassing. I run Magic Pen Reds, flat mana regeneration yellows, scaling AP per level blues, and flat AP quintessences. This is the book I run when I know I can zone and harass an enemy without them being able to return the damage. The second book I run is Magic Pen Reds, Magic Resistance Scaling per level yellows, flat Magic Resistance blue, and Spell Vamp quintessences. Depending on the type of burst the enemy has, generally Spell Vamp works better if you cast a lot of spells and have micro exchanges. Flat MR if you go early hit point like Doran Rings, and flat HP quints if you think that the enemy can insta-gib you with a jungle gank when you have full hit point. For Masteries, I run two different books. The first book is 21 offense, 9 utility. I run 3 points into brute force for last hitting and auto attack harass exchange, and 3 points into meditation to spam spells to further harass early on. I usually run this book if I expect to be super aggressive in lane and can secure kills. The extra AP and damage from 21 offense will usually give you just enough damage to clear the back wave with Glitter Lance if you farm well in lane. My second book is 9 offense and 21 utility. Once again, I run the 3 points into brute force for last hitting and harass exchange, and 3 points into meditation for spell spam. I will run this book if I expect to take a little bit more damage, and the kill potential is a lot lower, and I need more summoner spell utility that I get from Mastermind. The skill order for Lulu is pretty simple. Obviously, you want to scale into regrowth as a priority, but with regrowth aside, you want to max into Glitter Lance first. This would be Lulu's main source of damage and CC. Also, at level 9 with decent amount of AP, you can clear the ranged minions with a well-positioned Glitter Lance. Next, you want to max Help Pixie. This will provide even more damage for when she ganks or exchange damage. Finally, Whimsy is the ability you max last, but you always want to point into it at level 4. This will give you just enough movement speed to chase people down and escape from enemy pursuits. Finally, I want to talk about Lulu's item build. When it comes to item build, there are a couple ways I build her. Either full AP with a Death Cap Rush after 2 Dorans, or I build her tanky, utility AP. My most common build starts with boots and 3 health pots. The boots give her movement speed, so she can shadow back and forth to either exchange auto attacks or escape the enemy's poke and ganks. The 3 health pots will give her sustain in the lane to exchange and last until her first buy phase. Her first buy for me includes 1 to 2 Doran's Ring. The Doran's Ring grants me AP and health, which will prevent me from getting bursted when I'm ganked. The mana regen component will allow me to poke a lot more freely. My next buy phase is going to be either Sorcerer Shoes or a Hextech Revolver. I will go Sorcerer Shoes if I'm not receiving any damage when I exchange, as it will allow me to poke harder. However, if I do take a significant amount of damage, I'll get a Revolver. During my third buy phase, I'll decide whether I want to finish my Will of the Ancients or get a Negatron Cloak, which will build into an Abyssal later. If I'm still taking too much AP damage with the Revolver sustain, and I could potentially be bursted down really hard, I'll get a Negatron Cloak, then finish my Will later. However, if I'm still freely poking, I want to finish my Will of the Ancients and start with the Blasting Wand instead of a Negatron Cloak. Once I complete my Abyssal Scepter, I'd either look to build a Rylai's Crystal Scepter or a Death Cap. Rylai's will provide anti-burst if I'm still in fear of dying. It will also provide a lot of utility versus melee tanky bruisers champion and allow you to kite. With a Death Cap, it's better against squishy ranged champion, as you will be able to poke harder and protect your front line better. Finally, always as an option, you can fit in a Kage's pick somewhere in your build and transform it into a Deathfire's Grasp later. But DFG is especially good versus Zergy type champion, as you can burst them really hard sending them off. For this last section, I want to talk to you about her mechanics. By the end of this, hopefully you can learn how to fully take advantage of each of her abilities. For example, champions such as Heimer, Jarvan, Shaco, and Yorick can augment her Glitter Lance range by using Hell Pixie. The first thing when it comes to taking advantage of Lulu's ability is to use her auto attack whenever an opportunity arises. Lulu's passive adds a lot of damage to her auto attack. Right here, even though I missed my Glitter Lance, my auto attack did so much damage that I actually came out ahead. When laning, it's great to be able to land Hell Pixie on an enemy, then use Glitter Lance to do damage. However, if the enemy can deal more damage to you if you use Hell Pixie and Glitter Lance on them, you can always use Hell Pixie on minions to poke with Glitter Lance. When using Whimsy, you almost always want to use it on yourself or on an ally when ganking. The rule of thumb is to only use it on an enemy if they plan on staying and fighting. The slow CC from Whimsy is almost trivial. Speeding up an ally with a CC is much more important than slowing down the enemy. Hell Pixie is a very important ability to master. Knowing when and where to use it can save your ally, grant you immense range on your Glitter Lance, and really turn a battle around. The same thing can be said about regrowth as well. A well-timed regrowth can save an ally, create crowd control, and turn a battle around as well.
An enemy has been slain.
Thanks for watching my Lulu guide, and if you guys have any questions, comments, advice, just leave it in the comments below. And if you guys really like the guide, just subscribe to my channel. That'd help me out a lot. So look forward to a lot more guides in the future. Is this one of those things where I'm going to try and come out with as many as I can and really get other pros to contribute as well. Thanks a lot.